Hello everyone, welcome back to my conservation headquarters. In today's episode, I'm taking you back to a time that I visited one of the oldest deserts in the world, the Namib Desert in Namibia. I got to see just how many creatures live in this extremely dry landscape and witness how they survive the toughest conditions, from sidewinding snakes to lizards, chameleons, and even scorpions. It was a pretty awesome trip, so come on, let's go.
So, what are we actually looking for?
So we are looking for any tracks, any signs at the bases of these bushes going in or out.
I see a snake. It's a baby snake. That's so cool.
So this is a baby horned adder.
Whoa, look at it go. So, Mr. Dayton, what does he eat? I mean, he can't fit a mouse in his mouth, can he?
No, this size snake will have to eat either a hatchling lizard or a hatchling gecko. So all the adders give live birth every 6 to 8 months. So in years of good rainfall, there's a lot of food available. They will have 20 babies.
That's a lot of babies.
And in years of bad rainfall, there's not enough food. They will only have 3 babies or less.
What a difference. So what are we actually looking for out here?
Any tracks or signs that might show us what we're looking for. Look here, you see this?
Oh, wow. What kind of track is that?
This is a track of a sand diving lizard. And the reason they also dive is to escape from predators or enemies.
Yeah.
Following the tracks, there should be one here, just below the surface.
Oh, there he is! Oh, he's so thin.
Right here in my hand is a sand diving lizard. This guy swims under the dunes in the sand. You can see that the only spot on his body that has scales is his head. And this is for protecting his head from the sand. We're gonna let him go right now, and you'll see him disappear in a flash. On a dune like this, you can expect to find one male with between 4 and 8 females. If another male comes into the territory, they'll fight and try to bite each other's toes off, because if you have no toes, you cannot stand your ground, and the winner will take over the territory.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Can you see something?
I see something, yes.
This is known as a Peringues adder. Also one of the sidewinders.
I've just learned that this snake will stay in this position for more than 3 weeks waiting for food to come by. So how many do you guys find out here?
This is the most common species in our dune belt. But as you can see, they're not easy to find.
This snake is the cousin of the first sidewinder we saw. Both are a part of the adder family. Wow, this tiny snake is really fast.
Look how this guy sidewinds. He's not going straight, he's going sideways up this big dune. This is an adaptation to life in the sand.
Now he's going to use every bone in his body and every muscle.
Look, he's burying himself.
This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. It's almost like he's belly dancing.
Let's leave him and see what other life is out here.
Dane then took me to meet one of the top predators in the desert, but it's not what you'd expect.
This is my new friend. He's a track chat, and he's the top predator in the desert.
They will eat everything. The lizards, geckos, baby snakes, baby chameleons. They really are right near the top of the food chain.
Whoa.
The track chat group, they form a pair, a bond, and they will mate for life. They have a little cup nest where they'll normally lay 3 bright blue eggs. Here's the interesting part. Everything that lives here sees in black and white. Birds are the only ones that see in color. So if a jackal comes by and he peeps in the bush, he will not see the blue eggs. They blend into the green.
It's amazing.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What is that?
This is a Namakwa chameleon.
So, if they're on the ground, why don't the jackals eat them?
They don't have a natural scent. So in other words, a jackal will not sniff him out tonight.
Whoa.
So this is why we're not going to handle or even touch this animal, because that will give his camouflage away. A jackal will discover him, he will be eaten. This is a darkling beetle, one of their favorite food sources.
Oh, that's so cool.
What they do in the mornings, they'll actually turn half their body to the rising sun. They'll turn themselves black to attract the heat, to avoid overheating. And then in the heat of the day, they'll turn light to avoid overheating. One of the biggest conservation issues for this species here is the illegal pet trade. They have been harvesting these for the past few years in this area, And we have definitely noticed a big decline in the population.
If you ever have a chameleon as a pet, make sure that he's been bred in captivity.
The desert gets extremely hot during the day, so once the sun sets, a whole different world emerges as temperatures start to drop. And Dane wanted to show me just what comes alive under the cover of the darkness.
Once the sun sets in the desert, more animals rise to the surface.
What we have here is a Namib web-footed gecko, and this is the only gecko in southern Africa with all 4 feet that are webbed.
So why do they have webbed feet?
That's to have more surface area on the soft sands. So think of it not as snowshoes, but rather sand shoes. So this is how it digs itself into this compact sand every morning before sunrise.
It's unbelievable. Wow, guys, look how camouflaged he is, and he's completely different with the headlamp.
Whoa, 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 have a look. The thick-tailed scorpions get the name, obviously, from the thick tail.
Yeah.
They have quite small pincers. So the pincers are actually used to catch the prey items, and this sting is used to kill the prey. This one actually has a very potent neurotoxin, which attacks the nervous system. Scorpions' main food source are other scorpions. As soon as there's a threat, the scorpion will raise the tail completely above the head. It will scrape the sting across the back, and it produces a sound, and it actually squirts its venom. So any animal that tries to eat it is going to get that venom in the face and think twice about a meal.
Namibia is not only deserts, it's also an amazing coastline and countless sea creatures. I went out with Laramon Tours to meet with some of these incredible creatures and learn more about them, and my word, it was amazing.
Behind me, I have a bunch of other pelicans that don't normally come on the boat. The Benguela current brings all the plankton, the fish eat the plankton, and the pelicans eat the fish.
So, Brooke, this is another one of our rehabilitated seals. And his name is Bolt.
It's so amazing how we can have him up close like this. You look on the outside, they're all shiny, and you think it would be black fur, but then he turns his head and I see it's all brown, like a bright brown.
Yeah, so that's all the dry fur underneath. The dry fur stays light-colored, the wet fur stays dark. They don't have great eyesight out of the water, more for the darkness. Have a look at his flippers, Brooke. That is like our hands. They've developed these to absorb heat, to warm the rest of their body, just like a solar panel.
Wow. There he goes. I guess that's the end of our seal lesson.
Okay, Brooke, I want you to try and get a jellyfish out of the water for me. Awesome. So, these jellyfish, they won't sting human skin.
This is a red-banded jellyfish, and they're harmless, and it feels just like playing with slime.
The jellyfish has a little mouth on the inside there to
Really?
swallow the food.
That's so cool.
Time to put this animal back in the wild where it belongs.
Bye!
Oh, look, there's some dolphins. So, look, did you know that these are a mammal and they have
Really?
to breathe?
What?
So these can hold their breath for 9 minutes and they can swim up to 34 kilometers an hour.
Wow. I've learned so much about all the creatures that live out here. I've also been surprised to learn how very important the ocean is to the whole system. So next time you see a desert, look closely. It's probably full of life.
I hope you guys enjoyed this flashback memory into my desert-dwelling escapades. It's amazing how much life lives in such a harsh condition. I love how in our world, it doesn't matter if it's a rainforest or the driest desert on our earth. It is always just so full of life. See you all next time for another exciting adventure. And don't forget everyone, I can change the world and so can you.